Hello everyone and welcome to Bio 211, Anatomy and Physiology 1 online. Today I'm just going to take a few minutes to orient you to the course so you're ready to get started on the first day. So please plan to pause very frequently. I'm going to go through this very fast. So here's a quick introduction to the course. A little bit to know about me. I went to Brandeis and I studied biology. I got a graduate degree in biotechnology. I then worked at a big pharma company called Novartis, where I was a structural biophysicist doing protein chemistry. I then went to Infinity Pharmaceuticals, a smaller company, and I studied cancer cell biology, did some drug development there. And in my spare time, I play piano and do a lot of cooking. Now I am pursuing my passion of teaching. I teach at Fisher College, Lesley University, and of course my favorite, North Shore Community College. So required course materials you should be familiar with. It's on the syllabus, so make sure you have the textbook. It's only the ebook that you really need, and it's that code. There's a Connect access code that will give you access to all the assignments that you're going to be submitting this semester. So you don't need to have the actual hard copy. If you have just the access code, you have access to the ebook. All of you should be familiar with Blackboard, and here are some study supplies I recommend. This is a very fast-paced course because it's divided into only 13 weeks. Please dedicate a minimum of 12 to 15 hours a week studying, and even more if you have a big exam coming up. So it's a huge time commitment, I know. But if you want to succeed in this course, please plan to commit a lot of time, right? Practice makes perfect. It's a college course, and it is very intense. I'm going to warn you now, but don't worry, you'll get through it, and you'll be very proud of yourself once you do. So the course format, you're going to start every week by looking at the schedule of classes, which is page 7 of the syllabus. And I'll show you that in a bit, just to see, so you see exactly what needs to be done. And then you'll see the next part is in the weekly course content section on Blackboard. You're going to see folders for each chapter. So for chapter 1, you're going to have a folder, chapter 2, and in each chapter folder, you're going to see a learning map. And that learning map is basically a list of all the things you need to know for that chapter, as well as any additional assignments like animations or videos to watch. So learning maps are like the first step. You want to print those out, make sure you understand everything there, and make sure you have everything accomplished by the quiz deadline or the exam deadline. Textbook readings must be done before you watch the recorded lectures. Each week will cover 1 to 2 chapters. For the weeks with 2 chapters, please plan ahead. It'll be a lot of reading. When I do record the lectures, they'll be posted on YouTube, so you can access them whenever you want. You can pause, you can watch them multiple times. I'm also going to post the PowerPoint slides to Blackboard. I suggest printing the slides out and taking notes on them as you watch my recordings. And of course, there's going to be some online activities and assignments. Like I mentioned, we're going to use Connect, which is associated with the textbook, and you'll be able to do all the assignments and the reading through Connect. There are 2 types of Connect assignments. The first is called a lecture review assignment, or LR. And there are going to be, I believe there's 7 LRs. There's 7 lecture reviews for this course in this semester. You have 3 attempts on each assignment. So if you don't do well the first time, that's fine. You could do it again. You could do it a 3rd time. The average score is counted. So if you don't do well the first time, you can get 100 on the next 2 attempts, and then it will boost your overall score. Lecture reviews are available from now. You can do all of them, but they're due on Thursday nights at 11:59 p.m. as listed on the class schedule. So you'll see on the class schedule when the LRs are due at midnight. And those are submitted. You'll go on Blackboard, you'll go to the assignments section, and then you'll find the Connect link. So you always, this is what I'm reading here, to access a Connect assignment, go through Blackboard by clicking on the link from the folder. Then you're going to be directed to the Connect site. You never go to connect.com. You only go through Blackboard. So that's very important. Once you're finished with your assignment on Connect, the grade will be transferred back to Blackboard. The other kind of assignment is a post-lab assignment. that is due 1 week after the lab experiment is due. And again, you're allowed 3 attempts. The average score will be counted. All late assignments are penalized 20% each day. So if you're 5 days late, it's an automatic 0. There are quizzes and exams. There's going to be 5 each. Both types of exams will be available on Fridays at 12 p.m. But you must submit them by that Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So you have all day, Saturday and Sunday, and Friday most of the day to do these quizzes. They are timed, and they must be closed book. I will monitor for cheating because there's a tool that's very easy to use. So I'm automatically notified if anybody has a browser opened or anything like that for a quiz. So please be honest with that. Prepare in advance. The lowest quiz score will be dropped. Exams are going to be longer. They're about 2 hours long, and they cover 2 to 4 chapters each. Exams will take the place of practical exams as well. So normally in A&P we have practical exams, but since this is online, the exams will be a lot more figures and images, a lot more like hands-on, so to speak. And to access quizzes or exams, click on the Quizzes and Exams tab on Blackboard, and you'll be directed to Connect. And again, the Connect score will be transferred back to the gradebook in Blackboard. There are absolutely no makeup quizzes or exams. If you have a conflict from now, you must email me no later than September 28th, 2020. So the lab component comprises 15% of the overall grade, 10% for the experiments, and 5% for the lab assignments. So please make sure that you're going to each lab's folder and you print out the experiment guide or have it handy, because that experiment guide will tell you exactly what you need to do for each lab. So most of the time it'll be a virtual simulation on Connect, and then it'll include a post-lab assignment on Connect that's due 1 week after the experiment. Here's the grading breakdown. Again, a lot of this is in your control. Right? So 40% of the grade is just based on your effort. Right? 60% is based on testing. So I want to look at Blackboard now, and this is just a short little guide of what you could find at each of these links in the navigation pane. So make sure you're familiar with Blackboard right away. That's very important. Check frequently because I'm going to update things very, very often. So now let's just take a look at Blackboard. So this is the Blackboard site. And here you can see the navigation pane, and you're automatically going to be brought to weekly course content. So how I organized this was I put each week here, I told you exactly when the lab is due and when the lecture review is due. This is also on the syllabus. And then right underneath each week, you'll see the chapter folder for that week. And when you click on the chapter, you'll see the learning map, you'll see the slides, and you'll also see the recording link, which has not been posted here yet, but that will be there. So you could print out the learning map, review the slides while watching the recording. When you're ready to do the assignment, you'll go to Connect Assignments. You can click on Connect Lecture Reviews, and then you'll be able to just find the assignment from that folder, and then you'll be directed to Connect. That's the Connect assignments. Post-lab assignments are here as well. Labs, you have all the lab folders arranged. Here are all the labs. So you can click on the first lab, and you'll see the experiment guide, some of the readings you have to do, the post-lab assignment, and a quick activity. Quizzes and exams, pretty self-explanatory. You'll see all the quizzes and exams here, and this is where you're going to access the links. I want to show you the syllabus schedule. All right, so here's the syllabus. This should be, again, understood very, very, very clearly. Here's the schedule that I was talking about. So for week 1, that starts September 21st, we're going to discuss Chapter 1 in Atlas A. That Thursday, by midnight, you have to submit the first Connect assignment. There's no quiz in the first week, but on Sunday, that first Sunday, September 27th, you have to submit the Lab 1 assignment. 1 week after the post-Lab 1 is due. The first quiz will be on Chapter 1, and that will be in week 2. So that you'll see the link available on Friday at noon for quiz 1, and then you'll have until Sunday night at 11:59. So make sure this is very clear. Email me if anything doesn't make sense. I think this is pretty much everything. There's some fun news articles down here. If you want to, I don't know why they're taking some time to load, but there's some interesting articles I'll keep on posting. And here's a link to connect if you ever need to. You can just go to my connect section and you'll automatically be brought there. And finally, in helpful resources, there are some study guides and some videos to help you learn how to study better. So in study tips, I really recommend going through these before diving into the course. So, like I said, on Thursdays, you have the lecture reviews due. Fridays, the quizzes and exams will be available, but they're due on Sunday by 11:59. Virtual labs are due 11:59 on Sundays as well. Post labs are due the following week. So you can take a second to pause here, and this is a breakdown of everything that will be included in each week. Right, with the learning map, slides, and recordings. We'll have some online videos and animations and news articles to read. There's the Connect lecture review homework. For the lab, you have the lab simulations and lab assignments, and then quizzes and exams. Here's a suggested weekly study plan. Of course, you have different schedules, so you're going to have to make your own. But in general, you must plan ahead. And I say this all the time, but if you fail to plan to fail. Unfortunately, it has everything to do with planning ahead to succeed. Here are some expected time commitments just to get yourself oriented. Again, everyone's different, so these are just approximations. And here are some tips on how to succeed in Bio 211. And again, please pause here if this is in the syllabus and read this thoroughly. But having a positive attitude is very important. It might be frustrating sometimes, and the amount of work is overwhelming. But if you stick with it, you're going to be very proud of yourself. Slow and steady wins the race, right? So don't cram too much. Again, planning ahead, that's the next point, right? Do not procrastinate. Break down the large amounts of information in smaller chunks. Take good notes while reading the textbook and watching the recordings. It's really in your best interest to take notes, not only so you can have them to save for future, but it also helps you retain the information when you write it down. And finally, ask questions. Since we're not meeting in person, I'm relying on you to ask many questions via email, or we can set up a Google Meet or a Zoom office hour. But please, please, please be on top of your studies. Ask questions as they come up. So here's my email address. I will reply within 24 to 48 hours. And here's what to do on the first day. Take a pause here. And if you have any help, please reach out. You can also reach out to the Blackboard help desk over here. And if there's any broken links or something looks wrong, just let me know. And that will be very helpful for me to fix for the rest of the class. And here's some advice that previous students told me they would give to an incoming student. And I really suggest, this is a good one on top. Pause here and just read them because it's really good advice. So I look forward to sharing the fascinating world of biology and anatomy with you, and I hope to see you in person in an online meeting, but if not, it is nice to meet you, and I hope you have a great semester.